Oh, good. All right, so shall we start with the interview? Oh, wait, I need my tools. I'll be back. No, these are good tools. Actually, I've got most of these tools in my head now.
When do you want them to have books, right now?
Not yet. We're gonna go through. I do want you to have this, because this is the most important thing that I'm doing right now. I'm running through this list of songs in my head. I've got a bunch of these already in my head. I'm going to have somebody pass them out. If I can get a couple people, we'll split it in half. You can make sure everybody has one on this side, and you can make sure everybody has one on this side. Let me have one. And I have gotten pretty good at this process to where I can make a student really have fun and become engaged. Do you remember the slide that Joel showed earlier? That's a lot of slides. Oh, that's the one. It is this one here. So, tell me which one's easier to use, the chainsaw or the axe? Which one's more intuitive? I guess easy. Easy. I used the word easy at first as a trick question. Which one's easier to use? Some of you say the axe is easier. Some of you say the chainsaw is easier. Why would you say the chainsaw is easier? If you've ever chopped down trees with an axe, it's hard work. And a chainsaw cuts that work in what? A tenth? It's so much easier. But to be able to pick up the chainsaw and start hitting the tree with it, there is a learning curve. So it may not be easier to learn, but it is certainly easier to use. It's a great tool. So now I am going to, since I've learned how to use this tool, Piano Marble, I'm going to use that in a process to teach a student how to play a song. Okay. So now let's begin the interview. My name is Aaron. What is Anna. I can't think of anything else. Anna. And your name is?
Maggie.
Maggie. It's good to meet you. Okay, Anna and Maggie. Anna, I need to find out a little bit about your understanding of piano. Have you ever played a song before?
Yes, I have, and I normally do the technology. I use YouTube to learn.
Excellent.
So I really like doing those.
So you look a song up on YouTube, you learn how to, you just copy it, and...
Well, I just get the slow and easy version.
Okay.
And play it, and then I get the real version, and then I play it to that.
Fantastic. This is something that I loved doing as a kid. I go to YouTube. No, actually, there wasn't YouTube. It didn't exist. Yeah, I went to the book and tried to figure it out. Not nearly as much fun. So, do you have a song that you can play for everybody? Okay, so she's going to pull it up on her phone. Is it on YouTube? Okay, she's going to look it up on YouTube. I don't know what she's going to do. So this will be fun. While you're doing that, I am going to get my part ready. And a lot of teachers wonder, should I have my student try it out on my account or their own account? I don't want to waste lesson time and that. I always start them off on their own account. It's just way, way better, more efficient. Are you ready for it? Okay, let's see this. Can I see your phone? What some of you didn't see was that sheet music, do you think? Do you know what it was? Can you pull it up? You just go into the middle of it anywhere. And play. So she was just following the little dots, showing her which notes. That you don't just do that, you have to practice that. You probably have tried this before. It's not as easy. It's actually easier for you to read sheet music than this, is it right? This is actually a different type of notation, which has value, but it's also harder to read, and you can't do sheet music with that. So now, I'm glad that song was really long.
Yes.
Because it allowed me to plan the next 6 months of lessons for you. So all of these piano teachers are out there thinking, what would I do next with her? Yeah. And so we're analyzing what type of music you like and how well you would read music. So I have, this is actually the most tricky part to teaching lessons now. If you give the student a song that is too hard, it will crush them. If you give them a song that is too easy, they will fall asleep. It is this video game mentality that Joel was talking about. It has to be that sweet spot. And this is not easy to do as a teacher. You guys have all fell into that trap where you just gave a song that was too hard and just pushed them and they wouldn't practice, and finally they're just giving up. And you've also given them songs that are just boring. And that didn't motivate them either. So I'm going to give you 3 songs. Actually, the first song, who has an idea? What song would you give her?
I like Ryder.
Ryder? Do you want to hear Ryder?
Yeah.
How does that one sound? Can you sing it? What's it?
Yeah.
What key is it in? What key? That's not the right note. I need the music. I need the book. Somebody give me a book. It's book 3. Morning Mood? Ah, a piece. Sevillana. Satin gloves. Why satin gloves? It learns fast, and you have that hand crossover. It looks.
It's a pretty song.
Thank you. Okay, so let me play. You know what actually I thought of first? The first one that I would do is Peter, Peter. And the second one I would do would either be Satin Gloves, Tomahawk, depending on how well she read. So once you give a student and you watch them work for a few minutes, don't be afraid to back out. You just watch them carefully, because if you give them something too hard, it's going to crush them. But you want to impress the parents. Now, so who is your very greatest asset when you're teaching a child? The parent. Why? Child cares about themselves. They have a better perspective, and they want the best for their kid. And so you involve the parent and show them how to use the tools so that when they go home, they have their number one asset with them at all times. This helps it so that when they come back to the lesson, they've had really productive time away from you. Okay, so the song. Let's start with, I just want to see how fast you can learn by rote. You know what rote is? I show you how to do something, you copy me. Okay, can I have somebody who knows Peter, Peter? Can you come up, Teresa? She's going to play your part. I'm going to play the teacher part. Okay, we'll have your mom learn this part. Do you play piano?
No.
Oh, man. Okay, you do now. Ready?
I'm using
Okay,
the-
you're going to play this, and we're going to teach it to you as fast as we can. All right. Okay, let's give it a shot. I do need to see how quickly she learns, so I'm going to say, repeat after me. We're going to do roll up twice, and then roll down twice. We're going to roll up twice, and we're going to finish with a black, white, black, white, black, black, black. There's no way on this planet you could do that. Roll up twice, and down twice. Up twice, and finish. Okay, now let me just express what I just did. Some of you were screaming, "Don't go so fast," right? You're thinking, there's no way she's going to remember that much. And I often push my students. I want to know what their limit is. I don't want to be the one holding them back. Just because most kids can't do that doesn't mean nobody can do that. She apparently can. This makes me excited. I'm like, I wonder what else she can do. Okay, we're going to try that together. We're going to roll up twice, roll down twice, roll up twice, and finish. Ready, go. Up twice, and down twice. Up twice, and finish. Okay, that 6 months of planning that I just did for you went out the window. I'm revising continually. Well, maybe if she is that good, maybe I can give her something harder. So we're going to do a song called Satin Gloves. It's a pretty song. Before we start, I'm going to get this set up. And Mom, I may need your help for this. You click Launch App Now. And over here it says create a free account. And I'm going to create a free account here. Mom, I need your email address here, unless you have one. Do you have one?
Yes.
Why don't you type yours in? We'll just use yours. How old are kids when they get their email address?
Frugal says you must be 12 years old.
Yeah, right.
Depends if the school reports and have one.
That's true. Okay, now you have to fill the rest of this out. The tab key will actually tab down. Do you know about the tab key? Is that a new trick?
Yes.
So if you type something like this and you hit tab, it just goes to the next field. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool trick. Okay, go ahead and confirm your email and hit tab. I just taught a kid a new thing about technology. That's a rare thing. Password, something you won't forget. Tell your mom what it is. Confirm your password. You didn't use the tab trick. Her first name. Oh, she used a capital letter. That almost never happens with kids. That's good. Last name, tab. Phone number you can skip. That's only if you need help with Piano Marvel. Teacher code or email. Let's use Mary's. Mary, what's your?
Gilmore.
Gilmore. G-I-L-L.
Just one out.
One L. G-I-L-M-O-R-E. And then your promo code is also Gilmore, right?
Yeah.
Gilmore. Now, if you hold on for just 1 second, this is the tricky part. We have, oh, it's a touchscreen, yeah. I accept terms and conditions, and then if you look at the camera and smile, it's going to check to see if you're a robot. Checking. You're not a robot, so we can create an account. And there we are. Okay, log in. See, that didn't take that much time to create an account. It's well worth it. Because if they start doing something on your account and they earn trophies and stuff, it doesn't belong to them, so they feel like they've got to redo it. Yes, Teresa.
You already say it's free for a month, too.
I don't even mention the cost. I don't mention anything.
My
Yeah.
parents, they get a little wary, so we start out with
Yeah.
free for a month.
Free for a month.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a freemium model. So I don't even mention the cost because it's irrelevant at this point. They don't care about the cost at this point because they don't know what it is. They don't know what it can do. And so if you tell them how much it costs, then they're equating, oh, it costs this much. And in the back of their mind, they're thinking it's going to do this. And so it's not even relevant until they see what it does. Do this later. An email was sent to your email. You can go check it later. You don't have to do it now. And this one says welcome. I'm just going to click free account here. Sean, is this your computer with the new plugin available thing? What's this one? Okay. Let's go to the library. Actually, you know what I do before I give them the library song? Is I just show them a couple songs in the method. So I take them to method 1A, number 1, and possibly number 2, just to give them an experience with reading music. I click on the whole song, and it brings up this song with how many notes? Count them. Only one. Which note is it? No idea? Click on it. Click on that note. You might have to do it with the mouse. Hold. Almost. Right there. Okay. So she's got, and how many times do you play it? 5 times. Okay. I want you to try this prepare button, because that's kind of a cool button, but I want you to play the wrong, let's see. We have to have this update. Okay. So, you guys have seen this before. How long will it take me to get the update? Download. Okay, we're downloading it. 7 seconds left. 2, 1. Update. We're going to open it up. And if you don't have this installed on your computer, it's really easy. It takes this long. Or does it? This isn't my computer, so I don't know. I'm going to open it from here. Did you see how I did that trick? No? Preparing to install. So what I did was I clicked on the right side of that and I said open in folder. And once it opened my downloads folder, then I double clicked it to install it. I'll click next, install. And click on yes. Installing. Now, sometimes this process goes slow because you have an antivirus on your computer, and it's got to go through all the malware stuff. It sometimes takes a while on that one. This one went really fast. Run Piano Marble. And if all goes well, it should pop up the little Piano Marble thing. I'm going to just refresh the screen. It's not here yet. There it is. Okay. It was hiding behind my other window. So once I minimize that, it was easy to find. You can launch it from here, or you can go back to here and refresh. And Joel, any idea why it's still giving me that sign?
It does that for me too. I just have to go
what's
in.
happening to you.
Yes.
You just have to go in just from the desktop and not to the tool.
So,
Might be because you might need to restart since you installed it.
Just go from that.
from here, launch app now.
Don't refresh anything. Just go.
Try it in that tab.
Okay. Let me just log into my account real fast. It's so. Anybody see this problem? All the time, huh?
Not on my Mac.
I hope you let Joel know every time that happens. Because the squeaky wheel is what gets the grease. So squeak. Yes, you do. If you don't squeak, we don't know what's going on. I'm glad that happened. What is this computer? And I don't know why that's doing that. Could Sean, would you grab me a computer out of the back? Or Michelle, do you have one there? Let me just use that one. We'll give this to Joel and see if you can solve this problem and then tell us all how you solved it.
He's got one already, Sean. Yeah, he's got one already. Michelle, fast.
Michelle is fast. So now my job is to teach her these tools, how to use the chainsaw to cut down her tree. This is something that has never been possible in history because the tools have not existed. Thank you. And internet's working on this one, Michelle? All right, do you remember your password? Go ahead and log in. Do you know what this Remember Me button does? Do you know what the Remember Me button does? So in the saved login box, it'll have a list of saved logins. So if you want it to always remember you, and I'll show you how to do that. We'll just click on that, say yes, remember me, and go ahead and finish your at gmail.com. This is the email still. The @ sign, very good. Okay, verify your account. We'll say do this later. Oh, look, there's a start plugin now. Open Piano Marvel. Let's do this later. And continue with the free account. All right, now we can go to the method. We'll click on that. It's too big for this screen. Who knows how to shrink it down a little? Control minus. There's another way.
Function F11.
Function F11, what does that do?
Takes away all the other extras.
Yeah, it just expands your screen, so now it's bigger, so you can actually see it bigger with the whole screen. Write that down if you didn't know that. If you're on a Mac, it's not function F11, it's control function F11, or look it up on Google. All right, so we were going to go to this prepare mode, and it says you need to select a device, make sure it's connected. If it's flashing, when you press a note, that means it's working. If not, you can click over here, and that's your list of devices that are plugged in. I will hit next. Oh, the virtual piano. Yeah, I don't ever use the virtual piano unless I'm desperate. Yeah, even then, we don't do that. Joel's doing a session on different sound things tomorrow. But I don't like the virtual piano because it sounds so bad. I'm going to hit next, and now it says, tell me what size piano you have first. Step 1, play the lowest key. Step 2, the highest key. And then you hit enter or hit the finish, and it goes away. All right, now this button over here, that prepare, would you hit that one for me? And now I want you to play a wrong note and see what it does. Now get a little closer, and closer, and closer. And then once you do that, it'll move on to the next note. All right, so that was just you preparing to play this song. You took 15 seconds, and it gave you 3 wrong notes. But those are ones I told you to play wrong, right? So, 15 seconds is probably because you were playing the wrong notes. Do you think you could do that better?
Yes.
Less time and less wrong notes?
Yeah.
Okay, we hit either the, what's the 2 ways to start this? Spacebar or the prepare button. Try the spacebar because that's the shortcut. We all like shortcuts. 1, 2, 3. Did that beat 15 seconds? Yes, so you can see your second time through, you got 0 red notes and only took you 6 seconds. That means you're a genius. And it also means you're ready to assess. So I'm going to click on assess, and now you have to do it in time. Does anybody ever have to, do you know where the sound's actually coming from? It's coming from the projector. Because I plugged in my HDMI, I'm going to show you, function F11 gets me out of here. I'm going to show you how to change that so we can use different speakers. I, in fact, want to use this speaker system so everybody can hear. We'll plug it. Okay. And we're going to say go through the headphones. Even though it's not a headphones, I'll say it's speaker out. And I don't know if that solved it or not. I'm going to try it. It did not. It's still coming from that guy. So you have to go under here and go to your control sound settings. And you don't have to know this unless you're using a projector, right? Manage audio sound. And over here, you would say right-click on this and say set as default device, and that should solve it. Where did my tab go?
1, 2,
It did it.
set, go.
Do I care what hand she's using right now? Do I care what finger she's using? Do I care if she's late? I don't care anything. I'm going to let the piano or the computer be the bad guy. And I am going to be the good guy. Guess what she did? I hate to say this. Piano teachers look at what you did wrong, not what you did right. And I would say, you missed 3 notes, but that's not what really happened. What happened is she got 2 of them right. So we celebrate the success. So we don't point out what's wrong. We let this be the bad guy, and we are your cheerleader. So, what score did you get? 41%. And you got 2 green notes. Some of the others, do you know why they were wrong? They were late. Some were really close. Now, if you hit the space bar, it'll start over and give you another chance to see if you can get 3 green
1,
notes.
2, set, go.
You didn't like that? That was really good. You got 4 and a trophy. You notice that first one, she grimaced. She's like, yeah, that was way too early. I'm going to teach her something dangerous. You can start it and stop it. Like if you knew you messed up at the beginning.
1.
Go ahead and play that
2,
first one.
Set. Go.
Too early, stop it. Oh, he gave it to you anyway. So it must have fit just in the window. There's a little window of forgiveness there. Okay, so now, you actually have really good timing, even though I couldn't tell because you didn't bob your head or make any movements in your body for me at all. What do you guys do if they struggle with rhythm?
I play it with them.
You play it with them? Okay.
Do it together.
I have found something that works 90% of the time. I tell them, close your eyes. Do it blind. I want you to try it. We're going to do it blind. Close your eyes.
1, 2, Set. Go.
So, did she get them all right? Yes, she did. Every one of those green. What was the difference? She was feeling it instead of trying to time it with her eye. And I don't know why it works, but if you're ever having a problem with rhythm, have them close their eyes and do a game where they feel it. And now, try it with your eyes closed, but this time do the rests too.
1, 2, Set. Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, lift up, 2, 3, press down, 2, 3, 4, lift up, 2, 3, press down, 2, 3, 4, lift up, 2, 3, press down, 2, 3, 4, lift up, 2, 3, press down, 2, 3. And I'll use a lot of verbal cues as well. So 92, you do it now with your eyes open, but don't forget to feel it. Go ahead and start it, see if you can beat it.
1, 2, Set. Go.
Yay! All right, first one done. How do you get to the second one? There are 3 ways to do it. What's your guess? Ooh, she guessed right. That's one way. How do you get back? Okay, I'm happy that's intuitive. Now, do you want to know a shortcut to that? It's the arrows, right and left. Go to forward, 2, go to 3. Now, I want you to close it with this X. Yeah, that one. And notice you can also get there by just selecting the one. You have 100% on number 1. How many songs are in 1A? Scroll down. Keep going. I'm glad you knew how to scroll. Oh, she's got 2 ways to scroll. It is a touch screen, by the way. You can also take your finger on the screen and move it up and down. So 20 songs, you got 1 done. Scroll up, back up to number 2, select it, and let's see how long it takes you to get number 2 done. Now, a lot of teachers are really concerned with holding your note out the full time, half notes. I really don't mind. I don't spend too much concern because they always get it. They just pick it up. I used to waste a lot of breath and frustration, making sure they get it right. Even if they don't get it right, it comes. They'll hold their notes. Okay. One more. Okay, how many was that? That was like 9 notes? Go ahead and do assess. You're ready.
1, 2, Set. Go.
96%, which begs the question, what does it take to get a gold trophy? You just got it, a gold. Do you remember what the first trophy you got was? It was bronze. There's bronze, silver, and gold. I'll tell you what they are. 80% will get you a bronze, and 90% gets you a silver, 96 gets you a gold. But if you get a super gold, this is what it looks like. Go ahead and close this. It has a star in the middle, and it drives people nuts when they don't have it perfect lined up with the hundreds. That you probably want to go. Time just watching her. I know what to give her now. I want you to learn this song in 7 days. Are you ready? Wait, are you going somewhere in the next 7 days?
Yes.
When do you get back?
Next Friday.
Next Friday? Okay, we can start it next Friday. Okay, now her mom's thinking, I don't think so. What's that? The title of the song is Carol of the Bells. Have you heard it before?
Yes.
Yes. Now, why did I pick that song? It sounds awesome. Her friends won't believe she did it in 7 days, if she could do it in 7 days. Her mom won't believe it. She's still a skeptic. She's familiar with the tune. So familiarity breeds interest. If, like that song that she played earlier, I didn't know it. So it wasn't real exciting to me, but other kids that know that song, oh, play that song again. So I used something that she's familiar with and that looked really cool. Now let me show you how to do it. We're gonna go to the library. I'm going to pick or type in the title Carol. Oh, look, it is right there. Now there's a bunch of them, but that's the one we want, this level 4. Okay, I'm going to drag it over here into the library and drop it. Now what do I do next? Click it. She knew it. And then what do I do? Oh my, now there's all the stars over here to complete. There's a whole chopped and minced. It defaulted to the minced. These stars are all the stars you need to pass off, and once you have it done, you will have that song learned. Let's get started. Now, there are 3 tools that I want you to know about. This is like your how to run the chainsaw. Tool number 1 is the video. Tool number 2 is the prepare mode, and tool number 3 is the assess mode. And then you just go to the next one, do the same thing. You don't need to do all the videos, but I do want to show you how to use the videos. And there's some tricks. Maybe I'll show you something you don't know about YouTube. She laughs. Good luck. I know it all. Okay, click on the video. Expand it to the full screen. She knew that. Slow it down to 75%. Oh, she even knew that. What can I do that she doesn't know? Ooh, that's equality. Wrong button. Normal speed, 75%. Okay. And start it with, can you pause it? She knew the space bar even. I can't teach you anything about Google or YouTube. Okay, it sounds a little bit tinny. Can you go back to 100%? It does distort the sound a bit. So let's go back to normal. And go ahead and play that. And we want to watch how you learn from the video.
Place your third finger on F, then play E, F, D. Then repeat F, E, F, D. Again, F, E, F, D. One more time, F, E, F, D.
How do you pause the video or go backwards? Do you know some tricks? She can drag it back. You want to know a cooler way to go forward and backwards? The right arrow will take you forward. Back arrow takes you backwards. Yeah, it is a cool one. I taught her one thing. Okay. And I'm also wondering if she's left-handed or something. What's going on here?
F, D. Then repeat F, E, F, D.
Okay, couple things you did forget. Are you left-handed?
Yes.
You play everything left-handed. Okay. At this point, I am concerned with hand which she plays because she's going to end up playing like this. Okay, so get your right hand in place.
Place your third finger on F, then play E, F, D. Then repeat F, E, F, D. Again, F, E, F, D. One more time, F, E, F, D.
Now, could I have shown her that by rote? Why did I not? She can't take me home with her. And I want her to practice productively away from me. So I am giving her the tools she needs to learn away from me. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for a day, or feed him for a lifetime, right? You give him a fish, you only feed him for a little bit. So, and I know a lot of teachers like to just, they have that dependence on a student. But if you can teach them how to fish, you release them to be effective away from you, and they can do that all week long. When they come back, they've gone much further. So I spend a lot of time, I know it looks like a lot of time just sitting here doing this, but I'm really training her to be effective away from me. All right, I have seen now at this point, I think you've got it. So I would say escape from the video and let's go to step 2. Excellent. And the next one is prepare. Oh, she remembered you could click on a note. I'll bet she didn't remember the finger numbers, what they meant. Do you even know what finger numbers mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is your 3 finger? No idea. Thumb is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now at this point, it's relevant to her. So I didn't take, like Joel mentioned before, when you go in, you want to teach them all this stuff before you get to where it's relevant. It was not relevant until right now. So now I just give her a tiny little bit of information. We'll come up and follow this later. But this is number 3, your middle finger.
Okay.
And they're all in order. So play 3 on that note with the prepare button. And it'll wait for you. If you mess up, it'll show it to you red. If you get it right, it'll be green. Now, we like what we saw as teachers. Hit assess, and now we want to see if you can do it in time.
1, set, go.
Okay, what else is she learning right now how to use? Timing, metronome,
1,
like all these tools that I don't even have to teach her about. %. Look at what happened toward the end. She started feeling it. I did nothing. I did no clapping. I just said, go for it. Keep going. Yes.
1, set, go.
She's a what? She is an oral learner. Yeah. Now, a couple of things that I did to motivate her. What was one of the things I did to motivate her? Keep going. We're going to keep talking about you while you work. What were some of the things I did to motivate her?
Go.
At the end, she got better.
Yeah, I gave her compliments. I showed her she was getting progress. The first thing I did was I performed the piece. And I performed it musically. It's getting, in fact, it is so close to 100. Just keep going. I think you can get it. Oh, she's going on. She's not a perfectionist. She's like, good enough. All right. Go ahead and do this. Not that fast. I'd use the space bar for starting and stopping. It's so much easier.
1, set, go.
So I performed the piece for her, and I played it very musically, tried to make it something that she would feel like that's a cool song. Yay! Okay. Now, this is when the video game part kicks in. It's a challenge, but it's not too hard that it just makes her frustrated. Go on to the next part. I'm curious, do you know how far through the song you are already? There is something on there that tells you your percentage completion. She's 5% of the way done with the song. Try to pass the next one off, and we'll see what you're up to now.
1, set, go.
Okay, now she is moving so fast. I'm going to go a little bit over because this is good stuff. Go to the, just hit the forward button. We're just going to go as quick as you can through this song. You're going to learn this song in record time. Yep, now look at this. What did you go to now? The left hand. You can either watch the video or you can just click on a note. It's a D. And it says the number 1 finger, which is what? What's a 1? The thumb. Very good. Now, I would use the prepare button at this point, and just, it'll show you what you did right and wrong. Hit prepare. Play the first note. Everyone's screaming in the back of their head. I'd do it again. Yeah. I think you're ready. So now at this point, I'm observing if she's learned all the tools, what she picks up intuitively and what she doesn't. She's learned that she can stop it. This may drive you crazy. Now she's learning how it fits with the right hand sound. And she got 100%. Forward, spacebar, go.
1, set.
Wait, did you go forward? You already did that one. Go forward to the next one. And then spacebar. And it'll start. And just because you did it right one time doesn't mean it's built into your muscle memory, right? That's why we do the 3 speeds, and we start slow. Now, how many students like to practice slow? Nobody has patience for slow practice. It'd be awesome if they did, but they don't. She hasn't once complained about doing it slow because it's a challenge. It's just guiding her through a perfect practice. Forward. How far are you through the piece now? 12%. You're already more than 10% of the way. You didn't think you could do it in a week. And now are you thinking maybe you can now? She's becoming a believer. So now this is why I never talk price to the parents before they see what it does, because the parent needs to go through this process of shock, like, I can't believe my kid is doing this. And they're going so fast, and they're loving it, and they're learning so quickly. And now the scary part, what in the world is this? Both hands together. I'd try the prepare button first, so you don't have to go fast. Hit prepare.
Push the button with your nose 'cause you get
I've seen that too. Where they ask the teacher, "Can you press it for me? I don't want to move my fingers." Remember, this is a student who's never had piano lessons. Before this point in history, would you have ever given a student to learn a song this hard? Okay, now we're running out of time, but let me teach you something. This is more for the teachers than you yet. I would let you play around with it some more, but have you guys used the chart, the prepare mode chart?
Yes.
Okay, this is not available on Mac. It's not available on iPad. It's only available on PC.
coming soon.
Mac, I just heard we're going to get a new plugin next week for that with the prepare mode chart.
Well, a beta plugin.
It's a beta. It's not going to be released. But this is one of the coolest things that I have started using in the past, 6 months? I guess 4 months? It's really pretty new. It's the prepare mode. Can you do us a favor? And I want to show them how to use the prepare mode. What do we have? What's your 931, Joel?
Joel's just back on.
Yeah,
What's the title of that?
it's on, and using it, like, how it fits in the
How it
studio.
fits in your studio. Okay.
We've got 15 minutes. We'll wait.
Okay, let's do this because this is so powerful and it's something new. I want you to see how this works in live with a live person. Okay, this is 300 years ago piano lessons 101. This is how you practice productively. I want you to go through and play 5 times with the prepare button, and we're going to look at your chart. We're going to see number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to see how many red notes you get and how long it took you to do it. Okay. This is the first time, or is this the second time? This is the first? Okay. Go ahead. That was the second time. Okay, did you get better or worse?
I got a lot better.
You got, instead of 5 notes wrong, you only got 1 note wrong. And instead of 31 seconds, you actually shaved 3 seconds off of it.
Okay, great.
Let's see what number 3 does. The time was way better. Now, before you press start, I want to take really quickly, what happened to her mind at this point? It's turned it into a goal. Like her practice session has turned into total focus. I am going to improve my time and my red notes. And now when you get them practicing like that, their improvement sails. So that's what we want their mind to do, is to focus at this point. And at some point you're going to get really tired and your brain's going to wear out, but you're going strong. Okay, you have 2 more tries. 2 more tries. We're going to see what happens on try number 4. Whoa. 7 seconds. I think that's unbeatable. Let's do the fifth one.
Yeah.
Let's see how the fifth one goes. Okay, so something interesting happens here. Is this normal?
Yes.
Absolutely normal. She doesn't know that, right? Because she hasn't lived long enough. But it is absolutely normal. In fact, it's an exciting time, we've noticed, when you hit that point where you got it, and then all of a sudden you fall apart. Because we know what comes right after that fall apart point, right? That means you're really close to having it solid. You didn't know that. All you know is, oh, I'm just getting worse. But we're getting excited as teachers thinking, oh, she hit that downward curve, because it always does that. You get better, 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 and then all of a sudden you crash, and then you get better again. I want you to do number 6. Let's see what happens after 6.
Wait, one more time.
Yep. You don't like the space bar? The space bar does the same thing. Da-dum. Do number 7.
Really bad.
Do number 7. This is normal. It's normal. When we get to 10, something magical is going to happen. You don't like that space bar. Oh, now you can't use the space bar because you got that. Together at the same time. Now, do you feel like you're getting worse yet?
Yes.
Yes. At least I warned you. Number 8. Okay, stand up a second. Do you see that guy in the back with the red tie? Run around and give him a high five. And then get back fast. You got 9 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You made it. Why did I have her do that? Okay, your brain's gone. We took a break. We got some endorphins back in your head because of physical exercise. Who likes physical exercise? It's amazing for studying. Okay, number 9. We've got 2 left. And then we assess. Nice. It's come back to you. Excited, are we? Okay. Now, I can predict this because I've seen it in hundreds of students. I knew it was going to happen long before she ever did. So, now are you ready for the assessment? Probably not.
1, set, go.
Okay, wait. Do you guys remember? Let's reverse the clock. Before we started doing the prepare mode, what happened before we did that? Was she even close? Like she was going to get to that point of absolute frustration. And I knew that. So we built in, and we've known that for a long time. I used to put Cheerios on the piano, and I'd say, do it 10 times, eat a Cheerio. Get them to chew and all that. Sometimes I did Skittles, but... Yeah. Yeah. So what I see now is this is not going to be much of a challenge for you. Within 2 or 3 minutes, you would have it. All right, so I taught her a ton of things. I hope you guys learned a ton of things. Mom, were you impressed?
Very.
This is really cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll tell you what it costs. The first 30 days are free. After that, It's $12 a month. Yeah, it is phenomenal for what it can do. Does it take the place of a teacher? Would the teacher have been able to, would the program have been able to teach her all those cool tricks that I showed her? No. Would it give her accountability? Like, I structured her lesson 6 different times in my head, just observing her. Now, what you guys will want to do is you will need to know these pieces inside and out. Now, these pieces are designed to learn quickly and impress the socks off of their friends. So, memorize these pieces. But if you cannot perform the piece, like you asked me to play that other piece, what was it, Rider? Do you want to do Rider?
Is it that?
No, it was the one I couldn't play. She's like, why would I want to do that one? It sounded terrible. You want to do songs that sound cool, so you need to perform them at a very high level. So learn them, practice them. This is like a gold mine, and this is a great way to present to the parent and the child. Now, I send her home, and she's ready to rip right through this thing. She's at 14%. I would really like to see how long it would take her. Can she do this in 7 days? We'll have to find out after, yeah. So now, at this point, you need to know certain things. Number 1, how do I get this set up at my house so I can get home and get started? You happen to have a neighbor. Mary said you could come over and do it at her house. There's equipment here at Dane's Music. They've got awesome pianos. You can take this one home with you. It's only $130,000. On a real piano, you can do it on a real piano. If you have a piano at home, do you? You have a keyboard. If you have a keyboard, do you know you can connect that keyboard to your computer? So you can go home, connect it to your computer. You're done. You have everything you need. You go home, log into Piano Marvel at home, and just resume where you started off, where you left off. Are you leaving today? Because we'd really like to see some progress, but too bad. Okay. Well, we can go in and actually look at her scores, because Mary Gilmore's your teacher now. We put her as your teacher. That means Mary can go in and log into your account, and she can check your scores. And then we have a bunch of teachers we can show it off to, if you had time before you leave, but you probably have to go pack. Take a keyboard with you. All right. Would you guys give oh wait, what was your question? If she didn't have a keyboard at home, I would honestly, I know people have a real stigma of playing on the little keyboards, but she could learn this song like that on one of those keyboards, take it to a real piano, and I could teach her how to make it sound good in a matter of minutes. If she goes, even with the little tiny keyboard. You get the mechanics down, I can teach you how the technique when you come in to use it on my real piano. I know that we have one on our website, which is $135. It is a phenomenal one. It even has key velocity sensing, so you can do your dynamics louder and softer. You can even plug in your USB, so just a USB cable. You can even do your audio with what's it called, auxiliary input, which means you can plug the sound into that thing and plug your headphones in and do it all at silence. That's $135. I know they actually have that exact same one at the LDS Distribution Center up here for $110. Yeah. So.
If she just had a piano at home, could she still go home and do something with it?
My question is, why would you?
Well, just if she's excited to get going today, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the problem is it doesn't give you feedback, so you can't get your
So
trophies.
it's better just to wait.
I would say go get it. For the amount of progress that you do that fast, it's worth spending $150 and getting the keyboard, or finding a pawn shop and just getting it there. Yeah, find something.
KSL.
What's KSL?
It's like Craigslist.
Craigslist? Okay. That's right. Yeah, I mean, if you'd probably pay $1,000 in lessons in the past to get to this point,
Yeah, I'm sure.
or more.
Here.
Yes. That she just rents to her students. Like, take this home right now and continue. She's excited now because she's on fire. She's moving fast, and she has this vision in her head of her playing this really cool song, and she could do it in 7 days, which she'd never dreamed of before. But if you lose that excitement, you got to rebuild that excitement later. So I would get them moving as fast as they can, get a keyboard in their hand. That's why that's a great idea to have some extra keyboards on hand. Go up the street here and grab a couple from the store, have it in your studio. Dane's Music, at that point, once they've grown past that one, have them come into Dane's Music, pick up one of these digital pianos. They're a phenomenal deal. Does anybody have any questions before we clap at her? Let's clap at her. Yay! Anna, thank you so much.